top, baby. And today I am beyond honored to be joined by two icons. Not one, but dos, okay? First, a global LGBTQ plus human rights activist and the nephew of civil rights legend, Harvey Milk. Please welcome to FayWhat's bed, Stuart Milk. Yeah. And alongside him, the ever glamorous, always iconic Vice President of Community Affairs and Special Events at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood, the incomparable Susan Renison.
Yay!
Yay! I am so happy to have you guys here.
Yay.
You have no idea.
And so, we have Luna.
And so is Luna. Luna's like, I want some of that. I want some of that. You know, she's never this forceful. It must be something in...
I love Luna.
You know why? It's because you're vegetarian. I'm just saying. Hi, my Luna. Hi, my Luna. You are loving this. You are loving this a lot, right? I know. I love you, too. I love you, too. Lay there. Lay there, my baby.
Okay.
So, Miss Susan, you know, I've wanted you in my bed from the first second I saw you.
Ooh,
Okay?
wow.
I'm serious, okay? And, you know,
Well, you're not alone.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I've been witness to when Susan gets on a podium and when she goes on stage to say a few words. You see those gay boys, Susan! And I'm like, I thought gay boys loved me, but no, they love you with a different kind of like sass and pizzazz. And, you know, has that always been the case? Have you had gay boys following you around since you were a little Susan?
Yes, because I do believe that in a previous life, I was a drag queen.
Oh my God.
I did, right? I
Yes.
mean, I want the lashes, the hair, the outfits, the boas, everything.
Plus, she's also Miss Nightlife.
And
mean, she
yes,
loves the
I love
nightlife.
a good party.
Yes.
So, you know,
Well, you work at the best place. I
I
mean,
do.
because come on, you can go to a food and wine festival 1 second and then go over to Dare nightclub and party your ass off like nobody's
Exactly.
business. So, but you know, for the gay love, of course, but also for the fashion tips. I mean, you take people's breath away every time you get on a stage. I want you to know that. If nobody's ever told you that, I think you've been told that. But you know, you are the best dressed woman in every room. And
Oh,
that's
stop
including the
it.
rooms that I'm in.
stop it.
Okay.
It's
Okay. And a champion for our community all at the same time, you know.
That I am.
You know, the glam and the giving, iconic. And, you know, I for one, can't wait for The Devil Wears Prada 2. That's coming. Yeah.
Oh my
We should go see it together, Miss Susan.
Oh my God. How many times I've been compared to her?
What does somebody say? Like, oh, you've got the air. You've got
Well,
the air,
bitch.
right?
It's,
Yes.
You know, the
Meryl
bitch. And
Streep.
literally, one time we were in a meeting. I don't want to derail this.
No,
Is
no,
that
no,
okay to
at
talk?
all, please.
No.
So, you know, I'm very, you know, get things
Let's
done.
get this
things
done.
And one of our property presidents was in the meeting, and, you know, I knew he had better things to do. So, you know, we're going through a couple things, and after I finished the part that I thought would be of interest to him, I was like, you could leave now. And I just kept, I didn't mean it that way, but like, and I just kept rolling. And most of the room was like, did she really just dismiss him like that? I'm like, I don't want to waste this time.
No,
Out.
I
You're
got it.
done.
I got it. You can go. I know you've got other things to do,
Exactly.
you know.
So people take that as bitchiness.
I
but,
love that.
oh,
You know,
well.
you're also,
You
like,
know.
if you ever watch Pose, there's this character named Electra. That's also you, where she tells people, remove yourself. Like, that would be like, you know, and it's in a nice way because Susan is trying to, you know, not waste your
Not
time.
waste your time.
That's all it is, you know? Who inspires you fashion-wise? You're wearing Versace
Oh.
right now, girl.
So, can I tell this story? Okay. So we did a Pride room, a suite in the hotel a couple years ago, and really completely decked it out. All new artwork and
Harvey Milk
furniture.
theme.
The Harvey Milk theme had pictures of Stuart, everything. But in the bathroom, in the restroom, I bought a Versace robe and slippers, and I swore somebody was going to steal it. So I bought a backup. And after it was over, believe it or not, nobody stole the robe. And we have it in our wardrobe room, but the backup, I gifted to Stuart.
Oh, what a nice gift. That is a super nice gift.
And-
who said it's not really him, and he gifted it back to me. So
Oh.
now I've got a Versace robe.
Yes,
I
and you
thi-
look fabulous
And
in
she
it.
does look fabulous. And I think that that's the only time that regifting is okay, when it's something expensive.
The tag is still on it.
The tag is on it. I don't even remember how much it cost,
my
but it's back there
God.
somewhere.
It looks so
It is
good. It
pretty.
looks
Yeah.
so good. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Holy. I'm not even going to tell you how
Okay.
much it is. Let's just say that I shouldn't stand too close to it.
And
Okay?
and then I'm gonna
I'm
sweat
afraid
in
to
it.
mess it up. I'm afraid to mess it up. Stuart, your uncle's legacy continues to move generations. I mean, it really does. Let's talk about the legacy in pop culture for a second. When Sean Penn portrayed Harvey Milk, it wasn't just a performance. It was a moment, it was movement, it was visibility, it was visibility on a global stage. It really was. I can remember where I was, and I think I was even living in San Francisco when I saw the movie, and now I hear rumors about a new Harvey Milk project in the works.
There's two.
Okay,
and
can you
there's-
talk about it? Because I don't want to mess that up.
Well, the one that I can is a London West End production that's in pre-production, which is important. And now there is someone who's writing a film about the short-lived U.S. Navy ship Harvey Milk,
That was renamed.
which was the biggest hit for movement forward in a very non-accepting environment for LGBTQ people globally, because it was a U.S. Navy ship that was traveling around the world.
Yeah.
I got to spend 3 days and nights on there. And the men and women, bi, gay, trans, and allies were so thrilled to be serving on that. And then it was part of the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier fleet. And so we serviced all these other ships. But the fact that it's been renamed, which is a no-no in maritime because it's considered bad luck and people don't want to serve on a ship that's been renamed, actually it just moves my uncle's legacy further, as it normally does. So it's another thing that moves. It's almost like he's up somewhere guiding all this and reminding us that the struggle continues. So it's, 2 steps forward, maybe 1 step back. Sometimes it's 2 steps back, but it's a reminder that, that his story, someone who knew that they were going to be assassinated, who, it was a prophetic vision. It wasn't one that he wanted to come true, but that prophetic vision that I'm going to be so different. You have to realize when he ran for office, when he won election and called for people to come out. I mean, he had one gay pride parade where he got to serve as an elected official. And I get chills every time I watch it, video of him saying there were 2 openly gay lawyers. We had 1 openly gay doctor. He said, and that will eventually change. But that was big news.
Yeah, it was huge.
I mean, think about it. It's only 1978.
Yeah.
But that was considered earth-shattering that 3 gay professionals would come out and be visible. And look at where we are today.
Yeah.
So so as much as we have struggles, we're moving back. And that's why I'm so excited by some of the honorees we have, because we have first at this year's gala, which I don't know if you want to go right into.
Well, I
but
mean,
me
you are.
and-
I'm not there yet, but if you want to. Damn, Stuart just took over my interview.
He
I
did.
don't know,
As he usually does.
No,
but
he really
hey.
does. I get it. Let's talk about the extraordinary event that we are all here to talk about. Okay, so this extraordinary event is benefiting the Harvey Milk Foundation in partnership with Racing Pride, right? Which it wasn't until you and me had a conversation on the phone that I found out about Racing Pride and how important it is. Me and Susan were just talking before the show about how, the racing organizations are very male chauvinistic,
Traditionally
very
male
male chauvinistic,
Yeah, lots of testosterone.
some misogyny, a lot of testosterone, so when you first told me about these folks being a part of this, I was like, really? And I apologize for saying really, you know what I mean?
No, it's-
Because it's like, and then my second thought was, hell yeah, this is the way that we get to spread our message to more people, is by, having folks like this involved in such an important event. So the Harvey Milk Honors Grand Prix edition, and yes, I'm still pinching myself because I'm receiving one of the prestigious medals, is going to be incredible. Stuart, tell us about the significance of this event and why it hits differently at this moment.
Well, I mean, I do think it's important because of all the reasons you just mentioned and Susan mentioned, which is that this is a field that we're doing a Grand Prix edition of a Harvey Milk Honors Medal ceremony with Racing Pride. It is an area in sports where there's no controversy about, when I say controversy, there's very little visibility, but it's not controversial. You don't hear anyone saying, oh, females shouldn't be able to compete, or, or a trans person shouldn't be able to compete, or a gay and lesbian person shouldn't be able to compete, because you're driving a race car. You need, some chutzpah and some courage, and you need skill. And Jess Hawkins, who's our
one of our honorees,
who
and
is
beautiful,
the
by the
first
way.
LGBTQ Formula One race car driver, the first female on a major team. She's part of the Aston Martin team. And Aston Martin, by the way, is going to have one of their race cars there. I think it's even coming in the day before.
Oh my God, how cool.
We're going to have representatives from Aston Martin. It's just going to be a tremendous tribute to someone who's trailblazing. My uncle was a trailblazer.
Yes, he was.
Jess is a trailblazer.
You are a trailblazer. Yes.
We have another trailblazer that I want to mention, who's Jacob Tierney. So for everyone, for the latest Crave, made by Crave Studios, isn't that what the latest Crave? Made by Crave Studios, but the latest Crave appearing on HBO, an amazing step forward on LGBTQ visibility. But this man, who is the creator, the director, the producer, and not only that, but it's recently come out and it's all over the news how much he went to bat to keep this show honest, authentic, showing the full range of humanity that is part of the LGBTQ community. I mean, we oftentimes see people portraying gay men, especially macho gay men, as being, just basically focused on sex. And this is the full range of human emotions. And he had to fight for that. So Hollywood told him, no, you can't go forward with this series. We'll do it, but you got to take out all that emotion. You got to take out all that attachment.
Sex. You couldn't have that attachment until like an episode 4 or something. They gave him all these like prerequisites.
And what did he say?
He was like, hell no, I'm not. And they wanted to charge him even more to make it. It was like double the amount that he made it for in Canada.
And now HBO had to come back and buy it at like 200 times the price that they were going to give it to him. And he stood his ground, and he is very proudly authentic, openly LGBTQ. He's also openly HIV positive. Recently, did tremendous advocacy for that. So we had a choice between some of the cast or him, and I think the no-brainer was to get him in and award him.
Everything that he's done.
Because Heated Rivalry exists because of him.
100%. I loved his addition. I think people are going to totally enjoy that. I mean, Heated Rivalry, my straight girlfriends are obsessed. Or I'm like, what? Like, you don't even like hockey. It's not about hockey. And also like the energy that it's given to hockey. You know what I mean? Like, people are now like, oh, maybe this is not such a straight-centric kind of, sport. Let me try it. I mean, the breakthroughs that man has made,
Absolutely.
Incredible.
A hockey player came out because of Heated Rivalry.
Yeah.
Susan actually went to, when I threw out the first puck at a gay at the Panthers.
Oh, how nice!
So Dean Trentalis, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, is going to give Jacob the key to the city.
Does he know?
And a proclamation.
Oh my God!
I don't know if he knows. He may know now.
I know. Sorry, Dean. Love you, Dean.
No, Dean knows.
Okay.
I don't know if Jacob knows.
I don't know that Jacob's watching today.
But Dean is also bringing one of the major hockey players from the Panthers with him.
And they've won a couple Stanley Cups in a place that is, usually 100 degrees all year round. Like, it's huge. The Panthers didn't even have a following at a certain time. And all of a sudden, it was like fan favorites. Like, people just started being sold out and so like in tune with their love for hockey. So it really is possible.
And we have Lance Bass.
Yes.
Who was one of the first, he's the first major boy band star that ever has come out.
That ever has come out. He wasn't in sync as you
was-
bye, bye, bye.
Bye,
You know.
bye, bye.
Yeah, I just saw, I can't wait to see him because I'm going to ask him about the docuseries that he just did
Yeah,
with Joey
yeah.
Fatone. Crazy, and he was just very authentic, very
Very
clear,
humble,
very
yeah.
humble. I mean, he's gone to space, folks. Okay, like how he's so humble, where it's like you had the biggest pop group in the world at a certain time.
Yes.
You know, yet
And
he
he was
seems
a
very
breakthrough.
cool.
I mean, I sent Susan, and I think we're going to do a blow up, but
Yeah.
maybe not. But we have
We
the
try.
People magazine where he came out, and it said career ender. I mean, and that's where he said, well, if it is, it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, think back at that. To be, I think he was 20 years old or 21, and
Yeah.
for something to say that this has ended your career and say, well, I'm doing it anyway. I mean, that's amazing. We
It
have
is
to honor
amazing.
these people who came before everyone else.
Yep. And in silence, you know, having to do all that in silence, be loved and ogled by all these women, and
yeah.
knowing that, like, okay, I got to stay in the closet for the group. I got to make sure that the
Right.
brand is on point.
Well, the group
you know?
backed him, so
They knew him.
They
No,
did
of course,
back him,
of course,
so
but it still doesn't matter.
it showed a lot of courage,
Right.
which is, you know, what these awards are by. And we are also honoring our first ever
Boom, boom, boom.
local medal. We've given out awards to local activists, but never the Harvey Milk Medal because we think it's really high up and it elevates it. And we finally came up with someone, boom, boom, from a suggestion of who deserves that medal. And
Drum roll, please.
Faye is going to be the first ever local Florida, South Florida,
Yes, girl.
Eastern U.S.
That's awesome.
medal recipient.
Oh
So,
my God. So how
do
does
you
that
feel?
go?
So
No, so
exciting.
Do you put that on me? Like,
Yes.
oh, I should have opened and my dress should be
it
low
will be,
so it can be
will,
there.
It will
Okay.
be put on you. It
Okay.
will not be put on you by me,
Okay.
but it will be put on you.
How come not by you? Can
I'll
we
be
take
up
it off
there
and
on
put
the
it back on
stage.
later on? I need it put on by you later.
We wanted a hot lady to put it on you.
Oh, okay, JC, yes! And hosting the whole event, my very good friend, JC Birch, who is an incredible human being. I adore her. We grew up in our formative years in our 20s, spending too much time on Lincoln Road and having a great time. So, why me?
And what a great
Why me? Like, I
Why?
mean, I am
Don't say that.
beyond humbled, and I'm getting my award.
Well,
Don't get it twisted.
all right,
You know what
so-
I mean?
so
But like, when you
there's
look
a
at the
lot of-
people that have come before me that have gotten this incredible medal from you, Stuart, right? Wow, like it's just you see the names and you're blown away, you know. So of course
Well-
that little voice that says you're not enough always comes up and says, "Why you?"
Well, I think some of it has to do. I mean, the giving you an award was a no-brainer. Giving you a medal. I mean, the reason that immediately came to mind was because of who you are. I mean, you are. There's not. I've seen you do 5 events in a day, and you are always. You show up. You're fully
show
present.
up.
You're there. You're always welcoming. I've seen people that I know you didn't know who've gone up to you and you're like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. I mean, you make people feel so welcome. That's a gift.
It
And
is
that's
a
not a gift. And my uncle had that gift. Everyone who was alive when he was alive said, oh my God, I was best friends with Harvey. I mean, millions of people. They were not best friends with Harvey, but he made them feel that they were best friends. You have that gift.
do.
You really do.
Your hugs are the best. Hugs are the best. And you know, we all go to a lot of events, but you outnumber all of us. And you know, people react to you. They see your authenticity. They feel the love from you. And it was really important. If we were giving it to somebody local, it would have to be somebody that showed up for the gay community in every
Thank you,
way.
Susan. Thank you.
Yep.
You, Susan, and thank you, Stuart. I'm beyond humbled. I can't even begin to say thank you. Thank you.
And I will add that we do have a surprise award, which I can't say who it is, but there is a very impactful person who has done global work, but has impacted the local women's community here. A lot of people are not going to know the story until we tell it. It's going to be a brief story, but it's someone who's really changed someone in South Florida's lives and therefore thousands of people's in South Florida lives. So there will be a surprise award as well. So
I love that.
this panel of awardees is got to be, amongst our top.
That's
And I really think, we've looked at the plans for this. It's going to be just a fun evening. There's going to be nothing heavy. And when I say heavy, sometimes people get into, we want to teach people about love. We want to teach people about how diversity is our strength. We don't want to beat up anyone.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is about. It's not we're not having anyone who's going to come up there and do a tirade of a speech on anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be, we move forward by celebrating ourselves, celebrating each other, and including diversity. And you're going to be able to come to an event that is going to celebrate these change makers, but you're going to have a great time. And that's the key. There's not an event that Susan does
that was my next
that
thing.
is not one of the best evenings of your life.
Ever. So this program, this incredible show, this incredible event is happening on April 30th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. And, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino does nothing half-assed. Period. Okay. I just went to a food and wine festival there on Friday.
The Orange Bowl.
Had the Orange Bowl food and wine. It was incredible. From the signage when you walk in to registration being flawless. These are things that I look at because I go to so many events, right? And then just going in and being welcomed and having top-notch food and just an experience that was so elevated. I say that because that's how they are for any event that they do. From the Pride brunches that I go to my Hollywood Pride events that I have to host there. Anything that I host at Hard Rock, one, I'm humbled and so excited to do. And two, I already know that it's going to be top notch. I already have everything I need once I walk through the door. Flawless, So Susan, the Hard Rock has become a powerhouse of inclusion. It really has,
Totally.
What makes this event so special, not just for the community, but for the message that it sends nationally about inclusion being so important?
Well, first of all, Stuart, incredible man. And someone that has made a difference in people's lives, has saved lives globally. And there is not anyone that I respect more than Stuart, and that's the truth. He just has changed so many people's lives and giving them the ability to be accepted across the globe. And from the second I met him, I was like, this is someone that I admire, that I look up to, that I aspire to be more like him in making a difference in people's lives. So
Sweet. I just happen to have a great last name. So.
please, you do not rest on your laurels, Stuart. You do not rest on your laurels. You may have gotten the name, but you've taken it so much further than your uncle did. And, unfortunately, he passed. God knows what he would have done. But the gift that he gave the world was you. And
That's very sweet.
Yeah,
No one's ever said that.
well, it's true. I
in
adore
that
him.
way. So,
I adore him, and I adore the message. And I work for the Hard Rock. Love all, serve all. Take time to be kind. That's
Yeah.
our brand.
That's
our
literally your
message.
that's literally your
That's
message.
what we do.
and Susan fought for this, so I'm going to tell you that
Years ago.
Years ago. But
ago.
it's so there now that I got a message from their corporate person in charge of the hotels, Amanda's like, we're there, we can't wait to be there. So that's corporate, it's not even the local
Right.
property.
Yeah.
And we've got another property that's going to be there with their players. But I want to point out, so people know, I think it's tremendous that we've got, I think, about 350 of their top customers
Casino customers.
coming, and that's not a usual thing.
No,
You would
it's not.
think so, but it's not a usual
No,
thing.
it's not.
This is
So-
mostly straight people, correct? I mean, like
no,
It's a
there's a lot of
combination.
honey,
Definitely a
there's
combination.
you go there on a Saturday or a Friday night, you would
think, but no.
my gator goes
You would
off
think
all
you're at
over
the Eagle.
place. It's like- no, they've got a pretty big
Gay following.
gay customer base,
Mm-hmm.
and there are players coming from around the country to go to this event. So,
That's
and so
awesome.
I think that is really amazing because what it shows, and this is one of our messages that has always been big at the Harvey Milk Foundation, because what you get is people saying that diversity is bad for business. That's one of the common talking points of those who are against the celebration of not only our community, but many communities. And it's the opposite that's true. The fact that so many customers of the Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood Hotel want to come to this type of event says that it's good for business. And I think that's an important message because some people say, oh, it's the right thing to do, or it's the, altruistic thing to do. And, and so just so you know, this award this year, the medal, there's versions of the Harvey Milk Medal. So this is the one in honor of Lilla Watson, which is the woman who taught me, just a very brief story, which I'll say. I was 25. I went to Africa, went to the closing ceremony of the UN Decade for Women, and there was this little Aboriginal leader who became my friend, Lilla Watson, who opened that. And she said, look, if you've come here because you want to help women or people of color or Aboriginal people, pack up your bags and go home. We have nothing to do together. And the room was silent. And she repeated that. If you've come here because you want to help women, or you want to help people of color, or you want to help indigenous people, go home. But if you've come here because you understand our liberation is bound together, then let us work together.
Wow.
That's the message of Lilla Watson.
Powerful.
That's the award you're
So
getting.
powerful. Holy
And
crap.
this is
Wow.
what this means. Shows people that we are bound together. And I think the 350 or 400 customers understand that are coming to this event, and they'll understand it more.
That's amazing.
It's good. It is your benefit to celebrate everyone.
Of course. And when all of this controversy was having and all the money was being pulled back in the community, people were calling me like, oh, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to follow suit? And, I called upstairs to my God, my big boss. And I'm like, hey, we're not caving to this, are we? And he said, hell no.
Oh my God.
You do what's right for this community, and you raise them up.
And I didn't even
And
expect that.
No, and
Well,
I kind of did.
I think she
kinda
did. Because I'll tell
I
you,
kinda did,
Susan
I love
has
my
the
boss.
backing
Yeah.
of Jim
Jim
Allen.
Allen.
And if you see the chemistry between the two, I would never have thought that they would back up, not just because of Susan, but because of
Jim.
who has put together this, which is really Susan and Jim together.
Yeah, but Jim trusts your vision as well,
Jim has the vision of, he's the most amazing man, and he had the entire vision of the Hard Rock, and
Wow.
he lives day to day. When I tell you, Faye, he lives day to day by that brand standard, and he walks the walk, not only talks it, and he has the most incredible integrity, and he backs up what he says, and he backs up his team. And if we believe it's the right thing to do, then he trusts us to do it.
Wow.
But just wanted to ensure that we were doing the right thing by all of our customers, period. End of story. So we, of course, just upped the game.
and did more. I know, and did
And we're
more.
like, we'll show you.
We'll
What?
do more.
So
You're
if
not going to
someone-
do that. We'll
We
do
will.
it.
someone
We'll
says-
take that on. Oh, okay, no problem. Oh, my Hollywood pride. You want to move over here? Yeah,
There
come
you
on
go.
over. Let's go. We got space.
If someone says drag queens performing is bad, Susan's like, all right, we're doubling the drag
That's
queen
right.
performance. It's
Oh,
like,
my
Bring it
God.
on, baby.
There's nothing about letting people see for their own eyes what the truth
What the
is, and
truth-
that's what it's about.
Yep.
And that's what Susan does. There's a drag brunch there that we do every couple of months. And I think initially it was like a 300-person thing. It's up to 600 people. Okay,
this year
in a
it's gonna be
ballroom.
better.
And I think it's even
Bigger
more the
for
one
this
coming
year.
up too,
Yeah,
which is
that's
crazy.
the one for the Pride Center.
Yes.
And that's going to be,
Love you,
God,
Pride Center.
hopefully 1,000 people come out.
Oh, I love
Eric
that.
Eldridge works on this show for a long time, and Boo and all the people at the Pride Center, they really put so much into it. And of course, we have our local favorites like Daisy Dead
I
Petals
love Daisy
and oh my
and
God,
TP.
and
TP.
Lord.
TP gave me all the pink pillows, all the pinkness. That was
Oh.
TP. She came in here and she was like, "I'm not doing this interview unless I do everything." And I said, "Okay, no problem."
Well, as we're talking about drag queens, I have to point out that we have a brand new partner this year coming in,
Yay.
which is Our House.
Oh, I love
which is
our
a
house.
which
Yeah.
I love.
Rocco
drag shows.
Owen, we love you.
I love drag
Owen.
shows, and there's nothing that's more joyful. but there are differences, and so we're that we're bridging that line that can be so big in South Florida between Broward and Miami-Dade.
Yep.
And we're bridging it, and we're we're going to have 3 amazing queens on stage from our house.
So our
which
house
is a much different. Last year we did an event with Hard Rock at our house.
We did it,
and
at
we
Hard
brought
Rock, yeah.
people who had never been south of the line. I mean, seriously, there were people who had never been south of the border.
No, yeah, no, I know.
Like we pack a bag.
We had to put together. We had to
pack a bag.
We had to put shuttles together for people.
We did.
We
We
really
did have
did.
shuttles.
Yeah, no, I know. I was a part of it because I know. Listen, I'm the only person from Miami that comes to Broward every single day. Like for most parts, it's like, what are you doing? Did you get your passport?
So we're going to have 3 amazing queens who are going to do, going to show people another whole. There's no. It's not a comparison of good or bad. It's different.
No,
This is a different drag show. These are winners of RuPaul's Drag Race or whatever. These are people who it's going to be over the top. And so, and I'll tell you, we've had some calls with our house, and the synergy on those calls, I think, is really good.
Well,
Yeah,
Owen
so
and
it's just gonna
Rocco,
be fun.
Owen and Rocco are amazing. You know, and like if you talk to Athena Dion or you talk to anybody from the Dion dynasty that is just getting off RuPaul's Drag Race, they will always attest to how much our house supported them. You know, when they first were starting up. So amazing. Susan, I want to talk real quick about Eric. Okay,
Yes.
because Eric Eldridge is like the hardest working man in a suit. Right? Like I will see him at an event and I say hello and then I don't see him again.
Well, it's a little bit because it is ADD or whatever that it is. But he doesn't sit still, but he works so incredibly hard every day. But, you know, his work in the gay community has made us so proud. You know, it's one thing to be a straight ally, but it's much better, I believe, to have someone that is authentically gay out there in the community saying, hey, you know, I work for an organization that supports me. Yeah. That supports me, who I am, and allows me to do all these incredible things for this, or, you know, this community that I'm part of. So, you know, it took a while. He's a little bit shy. You wouldn't believe it, but he's a little bit shy in his own way. And it really took him a couple years to really step in front of the camera. And so incredibly proud of him. He now goes to everything. He's just taken it on, you know, with such pride and such fervor. So
how long has he been with you?
Oh, wow. He's been with the Hard Rock, or not the Hard Rock, but with the Seminole Tribe, almost 17 years.
Wow! I thought he was only like 30.
He looks it, right?
Yeah. How long have you been with them?
Almost 24 years.
Oh, that's a blessing, Susan.
It is a blessing. It is such a blessing. I mean,
it's a blessing to them to have you as well, but I'm just saying, like, wow, that longevity doesn't exist a lot anymore.
It doesn't.
And you know what? Not only is that a blessing, but about 15 years ago, when I think we started working together on these projects, Susan said, well, you know, I'm going to be retiring soon. Thank God we do not hear that from Susan anymore. And so that was like, no, I don't want to hear that. And one thing about Eric that I just love, and it's true, he's really blossomed. But now, you know, but if you spend time with Eric, he's like business. He really is. But now you can talk to him about world travel. He's been traveling.
Yes.
He's been
He just went to
enjoying
Australia.
his
He
life.
just went to Australia with my bestie.
He's going to Europe. I mean, he's now...
He's done the cruises.
Yes, he's doing... Yeah, so he's really grown.
Coming out of his
He's
shell.
matured. He's come out of his shell. And, you know, to have somebody that represents a brand, number one, like Hard Rock, but he represents me. So, you know, to be able to feel comfortable with somebody that you know is representing the brand and a person, you know, it takes a lot of trust. And he definitely has earned that trust, and we just adore him for that.
And there is a whole community of people at Hard Rock. There is the man who runs player development, Anthony, who's just absolutely fabulous. Swan, who is a VP in the player development side. They're bringing Christina, who has a huge LGBTQ. She actually started her career actually as a DJ at the lesbian bar that was on Dania Beach. So do you know Christina? Okay.
I don't see her. Maybe I'll see her at the meetings.
You're going to see her at the event.
No, I met at the lesbian meetings.
No, she's
Oh,
no
she
longer
lives in
local. They
Tejon.
relocated.
There are
to
no
California.
lesbian meetings, but kids. I'm like,
Am I supposed to know that?
What about the Women in Network? What about the Women in Network thing? That's not a lesbian group?
no, it totally is. But I was just like, I meant like just, the lesbian meetings, like we have them every week somewhere.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
The
I-
secret lesbian
the secret
meetings.
lesbian meetings.
Well, I
you gotta
never
put
get
on a wig.
invited
You
to
never get
those, but
invited
no.
to, yeah.
And,
I'll invite you.
And I think we're going to get, there's a lot of people that are coming, especially through the sponsorships from Miami-Dade County, who have not been to Hard Rock. So there's going to be people who are going to see this wonderful venue in
For the first time.
Wynwood, our house, what they can do.
Yep.
And at the same time, there's going to be people coming up from Miami-Dade County who've never experienced what a fabulous night at Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood is. I mean, that line where, we've talked about this for like a decade. How do we
Get
cross
bridge
that
that
divide?
That line,
Yeah.
yeah. So
No,
I
and-
think
and
with
you're doing it.
Yeah, I think with having our house come in,
Yep.
I think that's part of it. And, Faye, of course, everybody wants to come and honor you.
Well,
The other.
The next target is Azuka. We can get Azuka.
we get azúcar in there, we would be set. All right, kids. So it's time for my favorite part of most shows. It's called Say What with FayWhat. Okay, I say it, you say the first thing that comes to mind. No
Lord.
PR training allowed. All right. To Stuart Milk first. Okay. What do you think? Okay. First word that comes to mind when I say Harvey Milk.
Hope.
Global equality.
Visibility.
The future of LGBTQ plus rights.
Vigilance.
The new Harvey Milk Broadway West End show.
Fabulous.
To Susan, okay? First word that comes to mind. Seminole Hard Rock.
Powerful,
Community.
incredibly branded and involved.
Powerful women.
You,
Best dressed in the room.
me.
Absolutely.
All right, to both of you. First word that comes to mind when you think South Florida.
Again, community. I think community.
I think diversity. I mean, I don't think there's a more diverse place in the U.S., possibly in our whole hemisphere, than South Florida. I mean, it really encompasses such brilliant diversity.
Wow. Legacy.
Stuart.
I love that.
Stuart.
That's it.
Susan.
No.
Faye. Our honorees.
We have a love fest.
Oh, I love this. I love this. All right, one word to describe the event that's happening on April 30th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino.
2 words. Don't miss. Don't miss. It's
3 words. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. I dropped the it. But we're doing what we call a taste of Hard Rock. So the attendees coming were having food from Council Oak,
Nice.
from Coro, from Abiaca,
Oh my God,
from
those
Cipresso.
places, I love it.
So everyone, all of our
restaurants.
best restaurants,
Best
will be out
restaurants in
there.
South Florida.
There is
Absolutely.
no bad restaurant at the Seminole Hard Rock.
And
okay?
even Hard Rock Cafe is coming to do their legendary burgers.
Well, and what did
so
I
we're
have?
so excited.
I ate the other day at Harvest.
Oh, Fresh Harvest.
Fresh Harvest. Okay, I just was walking by. I go, hey, let me just eat here, whatever. They had an incredible buffet.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think they have like a lobster
The
buffet.
lobsters. on
Hello.
Thursdays, the same night.
Lobsters. Oh, yeah.
How do you know that, Stuart? You see?
He spends a lot of time with us.
There's a lot of players from our community there.
I love it. I love it. Well, here are the details that you don't want to miss, okay? It's April 30th, 7 p.m., Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, reception, open bar, gourmet cuisine, and world-class entertainment, all right? This gala kicks off Harvey Milk Day celebrations across the world and benefits the Harvey Milk Foundation.
And
all
Racing
right?
Pride.
And racing.
And Racing Pride,
And
okay?
tickets can be got at
And?
www.milkfoundation.org.
Okay, www.milkfoundation.org.
Yes.
Right? Okay, there you go. Okay, so Stuart and Susan, honestly, thank you so much for both of you for your advocacy, for your leadership, and your refusal to let our stories be erased, no matter what. You know, and thank you for this incredible honor. I don't even know, like, I'm truly humbled and also already planning my outfit. I keep on asking Susan what she's wearing so I could try to outdo her, but it's not easy. To our viewers, grab your tickets, dress to impress, and show up, because in times like these, visibility is power. All right? Until next time, make sure that you give them your best FayWhat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. FayWhat! Yes! Yes. Thank you so much to Susan Renison and to Stuart Milk for being on the FayWhat show.
And Luna.
And Luna. Linda. Now let's keep